Well, here's Rudy breaking it down. This is all you really need to know.
I couldn't agree with you more. But why are you the one to do this? Why isn't this the role of the Justice Department or the FBI? Why task you, the personal attorney, the president, to do it? I think that's a question that just layman was like, okay, I get it. That should be investigated, but why is Rudy running the show on that? Why isn't it FBI and just Main Justice?
That's a very good question. Because the FBI's performance of its entire investigation, including up to this moment, is flawed.
Because they're corrupt.
Why am I doing it, Laura? Can't you figure it out? I'm his defense lawyer. I'm defending him. He's my client. I don't know. Only Donald Trump is not entitled to a defense in America.
But how are you defending him by investigating Biden? Just spell it out for us.
Listen carefully.
One of the things that the prosecutor that Biden had fired, and then the prosecutor that Biden helped to put in, one of the things they did was to dismiss a case against an organization that was collecting false information about Donald Trump, about Paul Manafort, and feeding it to the Democratic National Committee.
Okay, that explains
that
it to people. I don't think people understood that.
That was run by George Soros, who then hired the crooked FBI agent who is now working for George Soros. Laura, this stinks. This is Tammany Hall, New York politics to the tune of $1 billion.
I've been saying this for 3 years.
I spent my life as a prosecutor investigating crooked Democrats, crooked Republicans. I don't care who's crooked. They should go to jail. These people.
By the way, this is why I've been saying that McCabe and Comey, the altar boys, Brennan, the same people that ran Tammany Hall. Instead of doing it for hundreds of thousands of dollars like Boss Tweed in the 1860s and 50s, they've upped their game. They took over Washington, D.C. They've taken over Albany, New York. And they come up with scams like binding arbitration. We'll bind the taxpayer to a tree and take the money. That's what they do. Even FDR said public unions are illegal because of this very disease that we're seeing unfold in front of us. But these creeps in the FBI, the CIA, after the Clintons took the government, they never dreamed. And people, you got to understand this. These people never dreamed they would become the aristocracy. They're all bazillionaires. Go find out what Comey is worth. Brennan. These people are filthy rich. Not like the Pelosi's, who are really filthy rich, or the Bidens. They trade in billions. This is where they swim, in the deep water. So if you really want to know what the deep state's all about, it's about getting filthy rich. And they don't care if they kill this country. They really don't care because they're multinationals. They go anywhere they want. They don't have to live here. You do. You need a little job for your little life. They don't. They can go anywhere they want unimpeded and rub elbows with the filthy communist rich people that don't believe in borders. But you're tethered to your own little yard.
Use power. And you know why? Because that crooked press corps enables them. Because they don't cover them the way they cover Republicans. There are two systems of justice in this country. They go after Republicans if we say something wrong. They allow Democrats to steal millions, and they don't care.
So Donald Trump said he likes to grab certain parts of women's anatomy on a fun bus at a beauty pageant with a bunch of other meat market men. And that to the American female is the most egregious thing in the world. Like she doesn't know her own husband speaks that way, right? At the golf course. Because I got news for you. He does, unless he's gay. They do. All right? But you see, Bill Clinton can rape interns. And you know what the liberal left was saying then? I didn't elect a pope. I don't care about his personal sex life. Could you imagine that? Somebody rapes your daughter. The perpetrator, the criminal, the rapist, doesn't have protection because it's his personal sex life. And if there ever was an example of rape, holding power and authority over a diminished subservient, it's what Bill Clinton did to Monica Lewinsky. And he never went to jail. Okay? And so it's what we say that's wrong on the right, and what they do is never to be held to account.
The Clintons enriched themselves on public office to the tune of hundreds of millions. The Bidens got $1.5 billion from China, which had to be a deliberate act on the part of China to buy the vice presidency. It cost a lot of money to buy it. They didn't invest in it.
Now, where do you think the Bidens got the chutzpah and the direction to go sit down with the Chi-Coms and cut deals like that for Hunter? Where do you think? Where did they get their playbook? If you don't think this cabal, the Clinton cabal, by the way, which begat Obama, he's like their little adopted black child. That's what this really is. You have to look at the Clintons, and you have to really see it through the prism of a white bread Corleone family. See? Now, if a person was president of the United States and did what they did and had an Italian name, oh my goodness. But you see, it's the white breads. It's the white breads. And they are above it all. They not white people. I'm talking about the Clintons. But this is classic RICO. And Rudy doesn't want to say this, but having gone after the mob in New York, he understands the modus operandi. Isn't it interesting? Still spoken in Latin.
Invest in a hedge fund because it made money.
Yeah.
It made no money.
He had no.
The
He had no
Chinese are not
experience
stupid.
Yeah.
They
He had
don't
no
spend their
experience.
money for no reason. There's only one reason the Chinese spent that money: to buy Joe Biden's office. That office doesn't belong to him. It belongs to the people of the United States. And if a president can't vindicate that, then it's a sad day for America. I am proud of my president because he is trying to clean up a swamp that is much worse than the American people realize.
Well, I think no
It's
one,
disgusting.
Schumer warned about the, deep state. They'll always find a way to get you. And there seems like there are.
Not if you have courage.
Yeah, there are people inside.
If you're a little snivelly coward, they'll
Rudy,
beat you.
hold on. There are people inside this administration. I've said this from January 5th of 2017. They are leaking. There were people at the very beginning leaking. It rolled all the way through the deep state, and a lot of their people are now put in other networks as commentators. It's absolutely reprehensible. I've never seen anything like it. But Rudy, there's a thing in this story. You've cleared up a lot. I think a lot of people don't follow.
Just want to inject something. This is the Judas Iscariot play. 30 pieces of silver buys you a leaker. Judas Iscariot was a leaker. That's what he was. The one I kiss is the one they call Jesus. And he led Herod's armed thugs right to the Garden of Gethsemane. The playbook never has to change. The devil knows it. You buy a few pawns to get to somebody's king. And it's just betrayal. It's classic greed, graft, and betrayal.
Every iteration, because it's complicated to people who don't follow this.
It is complicated.
But it's important. It's important for people to get it.
Thank God you cover it in a complicated way.
But it's important that people understand this, because when they hear stuff, then they can say, oh, I heard that spin and it's wrong. So what is the deal about this Ukrainian ambassador to the U.S.? Because part of this story, again, broke tonight, is that you were putting big pressure on her as part of this scenario. Yeah, the U.S. ambassador, U.S. ambassador to the Ukraine, excuse me.
I was sitting in my office in November of 2018, and a very prominent investigator that both the gentlemen you just have on know came to me and told me, there's a story about the Ukraine and what the Democrats did there that'll shock you. And I didn't believe it at first. Biden wasn't involved. It was all about collusion, which, by the way, is massive, right? I mean, and people were paying for it, like George Soros. And the American ambassador was deeply involved in it. And the FBI agent who was investigating it was deeply involved in it. She is now working for George Soros. The FBI agent is working for George Soros, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. She was involved in it back then. In January of 2016, the Obama White House told Ukrainian officials, go dig up dirt on Trump and Manafort. Well, Nancy Pelosi doesn't care about that.
Like who in the Obama administration? To the Obama White House? That was what was told to you?
No, that's been reported in The Hill by John Solomon.
Yeah,
and I've seen some of the documents. And then Joe Biden removes this prosecutor. He says he didn't know his son was under investigation. That's absurd. That he never talked to his son about his son's foreign business. Do you believe that? Don't you think I can prove that he did? You think I'm stupid? You think I've given you all my evidence?
Rudy,
They have walked in. They have walked.
By the way, there's videos of the Bidens, Hunter and Papa Joe, getting off the plane together in China. You're on a plane for 17, 18 hours to China. You're not discussing what you're going there for and what you're doing. Daddy's holding your hand. Come here, little boy. Let me show you how to deal and make fortunes off the communist Chinese who hate our guts. But hey, they're going to buy privilege and we're going to cut some dirty under-the-table deals. And the stupid American people, they're so dumb anyway. They buy their Japanese Tundras and they buy their Nissans. So they really don't care about America. See, they talk about open borders, but, everything in their house is a foreign object from another country. They go to the soccer game and they yell, USA, USA, wearing Chinese-made clothes, waving American flags that were made in China, right? Then they get in their Japanese car and drive home and feel proud that the American girls beat Holland in soccer. You know what's funny? If you go to Holland, they buy nothing but stuff made in Holland for the most part. Go see how many Chevys and Fords are bought in Germany. They buy BMWs, Audis, and Mercedes. Oh, but the argument is, well, American cars are crappy. Really? Let me tell you something. Everything has a price. And if the American car is cheap enough and is a good value, whether or not it's to the quality standard of a Mercedes for the average world citizen, it doesn't matter. It's about value. But you see, this is the scam. This is why nations die. They run out of people of virtue. And there's a million reasons. I hear it in my own family. How good the Lexus is. And I told people 20 some odd years ago, go see how good your Mercedes and Lexus go down the road 20 years later when the country has no way to pay for new highways. And you're seeing that more and more. But you don't have to be Kreskin to see this. It's just classic greed and avarice.
Into a trap.
So this is a gift to you, then. This whole thing is a big gift to the American people for transparency.
You're darn right it's a gift.
And so people can sunlight.
Maybe, just maybe, we will finally investigate a Democrat like we investigate a Republican. Maybe, just maybe, we won't do the big Hillary Clinton fix like the FBI did to let her out of crimes that were so horrendous and so obvious that anybody would be prosecuted. If Biden gets away with the $1.5 billion, then we don't have justice in America. We just don't. And we've lost the FBI, and who knows what else.
No, well, we can't lose yet. We got Bill Barr.
Well, here's the deal. It's up to you, good people, right, left, wherever you are, because this is treason against you. You saw what the Clintons did to Bernie Sanders, but you still don't believe the evil that runs your party. You see what they're doing to Trump, and deep down you know that it's all evil. You know you don't like Trump because he's a capitalist and a businessman, and he's haughty and he's arrogant. To you, anyway. And you have all these logics that preclude you from even listening to the guy or even witnessing what he's doing for the good of you and the country. Because he doesn't care about race, religion, or creed. He really doesn't. He's a bottom line guy. And the left, they can't understand that. So they have to conflate all these other issues that have no proof or basis in the illogic of their beliefs, but they are so invested in this, they can't abide it. If Obama had done the same exact things Trump did, protecting the citizens, their jobs, keeping jobs from going overseas and bringing millions of jobs back home, there would be a statue in every town in the United States to Obama, and he would have deserved it. But Obama got on that Clinton gravy train, and he didn't care. He's filthy rich today. The guy who tells you about global warming and how the oceans are going to overflow and wipe us all out just bought a $15 million mansion in Martha's Vineyard right on the coast in New England. He's not worried about global warming and getting deluged by an ever-rising sea. And you'll know them by their works.